that particular content. And then in the second level of teaching is teaching for understanding. At this stage, we make the student to understand the concept. That is the second highest level of teaching. And the third level of teaching is teaching for reflection. So at this stage, we make the students to ask questions. So why it has happened? So what is the reason for this? Like that. So that is the highest level of teaching, teaching for reflective thinking. So likewise, in teaching, we have 3 stages. So 3 stages in the sense is the first stage is a pre-active stage. Pre-active stage means is a before going for teaching what we have to do. So second stage is the active stage. And the third stage is post-active stage. So the first stage is pre-active stage. It's common for it's a face-to-face teaching and also for the online teaching. In the pre-active stage, what we have to do, just you know that we have to prepare a lesson plan. So lesson plan means plan for a topic or plan for a lesson. If we have at least for 5 minutes duration of class, we should prepare that lesson plan. In lesson plan consists of 4 components. The first component is objectives. Objectives, first we have to fix the objectives. What is our objective? And based on the objectives, we have to collect the content. Okay, so that is the learning content. And the third concept is the learning experiences. So in the learning experience, what kind of experiences we are going to provide? It's through interaction method or lecture method or some field work, or we are going to use some techniques or methods or demo like that. What kind of learning experiences we are going to provide to meet those objectives? And also the fourth component is evaluation. So evaluation means assessment. So what kind of evaluation method? It's a formative or it's a summative or it's only paper pencil test, or we are going to ask only the questions, or it's only paper pencil test, or we are going to ask only the questions. What kind of evaluation procedures we are going to use to assess the performance of the student? So the evaluation method is the evaluation procedure is it's not only for assessing the performance of the students, it's also useful for assessing our own skill, teaching skill, because based on the students' performance, we can analyze our teaching effectiveness also. So that just we have to plan all these 4 components. Objectives. For example, for this 1 hour durations, my objective is to make the participants to understand the OER, Open Educational Resources. Likewise, even for 5 minutes class, we have to fix the objectives. So objective based on this Bloom's taxonomy, you know that. So the objective, it should be explicit in nature. It's explicit means it should be measurable. For example, just instead of some action verbs we have to use for writing that objectives. So we have to write the objectives. For that objectives, what are the content we are going to deliver? So in this stage, during that olden days, just we used to go to library and refer books, reference books, and also the dissertation and also journals for collecting the content, or textbooks also. But in this stage and during this e-learning, in the present scenario, just most of us are using that internet. That is the search engine for collecting the informations. So related to our subject, we are using that search engines. So that we are collecting that material from the Google search engine means, so first we should ensure that all those materials are copyrighted material, or otherwise it's a OER material. What is this? Otherwise, if we are using this copyrighted materials means the plagiarism things, or otherwise other issues will be arised. So as a teacher, first we should ensure that what kind of material, it's a relevant material or irrelevant material, what kind of, that is OER material or is a copyrighted material we are collecting from the Google search engine. Now let's see what is this OER material. So OER material, OER means is a open educational resources which are freely available in the internet or web resources. So which are we can use for our educational purposes. So these material also licensed material. So these materials are also licensed, but it is licensed under CC. We know that CC means is a Creative Commons. It's also one of the license procedure. But the copyrighted material is a fully protected one. But the CC means is a Creative Commons licensed. That means, if for example, as a subject expert, just I want to create my own content because just I know about that particular concept. Just I want to create my own content, or I want to create some images for my content, or I want to create some videos for my content. So I can create, and also this I want to share my content or that image or that video to others also. So if I want to share with others, I can go for this CC licensing material. That is the CC licensing procedure. CC means it's a Creative Commons license. So that it's a OER material. Okay, let's see. Just I share my PPT. Yes. OER. So what is this OER? So in childhood riddle is there. What is it that does not get reduced after sharing with someone else? What is it that does not get reduced after sharing with someone else? Any answer? What is it that does not get reduced after sharing with someone else?
Knowledge.
Yes, exactly, ma'am. Knowledge. So that you know that Tottanai Thurum Manakkeni Mandardam, Kattanai Thurum Arivu. So that that knowledge is the only thing. It does not get reduced after sharing with someone else. So that is the basic things behind this OER. So open things. OER means open educational resources or materials offered freely and openly to use and adapt for teaching, learning, development, and also the research. So these materials are offered freely and openly to use and adapt for teaching, learning purposes. So that's so OE are teaching and learning materials and that are freely available online for everyone to use, whether you are an instructor, student, or self-learners. Anyone can use this OER. So OER examples include full courses. But for example, we are downloading the videos from that Swayam course means it's a OER material. It may be a full courses or course modules or syllabi, lectures, homework assignments, or quizzes or lab and classroom activities, pedagogical materials, games, simulations, whatever it may be. Its OER means it's a 5 Rs framework of this OER means. So first R is reuse. You can reuse that OER material. The second one is revise. You can revise this OER material. And the third one is remix. You can remix this OER material and redistribute. If you want to distribute to someone, so you can distribute. And if you want to retain, if you want to save that content, you can retain it. So that is the OER framework. So what are the permissions of FIRE? Retain. So retain means you can make and own copies. So reuse, you can use in a wide range of ways. So what other ways you can use it? Revise, just you can revise, you can modify. If you want to edit, you can edit. If you want to improve that image, or if you want to improve that particular concept, you can improve it. And remix, combine, just you can combine two or more aspects and redistribute. You can share with others also. So these are all the permission of this OER resources. So the same thing, retain the right to make, own, and control copies of the content. You can download it, you can duplicate it, you can store and manage it. So reuse, so right to use the content in a wide range of ways. So these are all the rights we have in the OER material. So in a study group or in a group or website, you can reuse, you can revise, the right to adapt or translate the content into another language. So you can modify or you can edit. So these are all the things you can do. And remix, the right to combine the original or revised content with other open content to create something new. And also redistribute, the right to share copies of the original content of your revisions or your remixes with others. And so that is, as I said earlier, the OER materials are also licensed under Creative Commons licensing. What is this Creative Commons? So Creative Commons is a non-profit organizations that enables the sharing and use of creativity and knowledge through free legal tools. It's also a license method, but it's a non-profit organizations. So what is the difference between CC and C? So C means is a fully protected one. That is the all rights reserved. So suppose if we are using that C copyrighted materials, means we have to get the permission from the author to use those material with certain terms and conditions. Likewise, in the CC also, it's allow that creators, they want to share their work in a legal way. For example, this I am the content creator, means just I want to share my content, I can get that CC license. CC license means in some components are also there in this CC. Suppose CCBY, just if I give that CCBY means, so you can use my content, you can reuse or you can modify or you can redistribute or you can retain my material. That is, as a content creator, I allow the users to use my material. So that is the procedure. And then Creative Commons licensing is a legally valid and accepted form of licensing. And what are the core Creative Commons license attributes? So first, did you see this? This is the symbol of BY. So this is called as attribution. So attribution means, if for example, CCBY means, that is the attribution. So attribution component, it describes you let others copy. So others can also copy your content and they can distribute and they can display and they can perform your copyrighted work. So and derivative works based upon it. But only if they give you credit the way you request. The only thing is they have to give the credit. That means at least they have to acknowledge your name. That's all. It's what way you request, they have to give that credit. That's all. So second one is non-commercial. The second component, it's non-commercial. For example, just you are creating your content and you are getting CC license, but you are telling the users, just you can use my content for your educational purposes only, not for commercial purpose. So that is means non-commercial. So you let others copy, distribute, display, and perform your work. And derivative works. Derivative works means you can modify. If you want to edit, you can edit based upon it. But for non-commercial purposes only. It's only for the educational purposes, not for the commercial purposes. So next one is no derivative works. So you let others copy, distribute, display, and perform only exact copies of your. So not permitting the users to edit that content. So suppose if we use this ND means they can use that material as it is. So that is that content creator, it's not allowing the users to edit or doing some extra work on that content or the image or the videos. So this is the ND component. Suppose if you are giving this SA, that means share alike. Share alike component, it describes just the content creator allows others to distribute that derivative works only under a license. So the best example is Wikipedia. So the Wikipedia, just we are giving some suggestions or comments, but all based on this one domain, that is the Wikipedia. Like that, just they can create or they can do derivative works, but that license is identical to the license. It's governed under the creators domain only. So like that. So the first one is attribution. Attribution means is a BY. Non-commercial, it's NC. No derivative works, ND. SC, share alike. So attribution means it's a least, it's a most free. So most free means just you can copy the material, you can distribute, you can use even for the commercial purposes. But it's the second one is non-commercial. The third one is no derivative works. The users, they cannot edit things, share alike. The users, they cannot get license under their own domains, like that. So these are all the components of the OER. So how is CC licensing structured? What is the structure of this CC licensing? So you see this is public domain, it's a free, and then CC is means is a creative common license. CC BY, you know that this is attribution. So attribution is the most free licensing. And then CC BY SA, as I said earlier, SA share alike. BY means attribution. This attribution, so only thing is it's under the same domain, SA. Attribution share alike. CCBYNC, it's NC non-commercial. The same BY concepts included, that is attribution concepts, components, but it's not commercial. It's only for the educational purposes. So if we are getting the CCBYND, means it attribution, but it is no derivative works, no editing. It's and the users is not allowed to edit or do any derivative works. And also that CCBYNCSA, that is so these are all the combinations of the components of OER. So BYNCSA means attribution, non-commercial, and also at the same time share alike. It's a very least free licensing. And the CCBY next, attribution, non-commercial, and also no derivatives. Here attribution, but at the same time it's only for the educational purposes and no editing it's possible on those material. So these are all the structure of this CC licensing material. So what is this? So in all these components, attribution is always present. Attribution is the basic component. CC BY. So CC, if we are getting that YouTube material, means it's all YouTube material or licensed under CC BY. So attribution, it provide all kind of uses, including derivative works also. So CC BY is a most free licensing material. So as a content creator, if you want to share your content, better you can get this CC BY license material. And attribution, non-commercial, provides for building upon and remixing, but not for commercial purposes. Attribution share alike allows building upon and remixing the work even for commercial purposes. The users must license their work as share alike also. Is attribution no derivatives? This one is attribution, non-commercial, no derivative, and it is most restrictive because it's only for commercial, it only for educational purposes. No editing is possible here. So it is restrictive license material only. Is attribution, non-commercial, share alike, provides for building upon and remixing, but not for commercial purposes. So better we can select this CCBY. If we are creating that content and we are distributing that content in the YouTube and other websites, just better you select this CC. But the YouTube videos are all YouTube videos are under licensed under CCBY only. So what are the alternative copyright licensing? You know that C is fully protected. This is public domain. It's a free one. No rights reserved here. But the C means all rights reserved. It's a fully protected only. But CC means, you see this is the most free attribution. And the attribution share alike, attribution no derivatives, attribution non-commercial, and it's also attribution non-commercial and share alike. and this is a some restriction. So attributions, non-commercial and no derivative works. Okay, so these are all about the components of CC, Creative Common license. So now we can see how to find this OER content. So how to who uses this OER contents? All of us, we are using this OER content, and how we can get that OER content in the internet, that is in the Google search engine, how we can collect that OER material. I show you. And what are the OER sites are available? You know that oercommon.org. Suppose if you want to get that material, you can go to this oercommon.org. So you can get all the material. Just I show you. Suppose if you want to create your own e-content, or if you want to prepare a lesson on a particular topic, generally we are using Google search engine for collecting the material. Suppose I want to create a content related on my subject. Just for example, I want to collect the content, text content for the concept of photosynthesis, a simple topic. So first you go to that Google search engine and type that concept, and if you want to get the text material, go to this settings and click this advanced search. So you see this advanced search, and this the last column you can see this usage rights. So usage rights means is a license. It's a license things. So not filtered by license now. It's now free to use or share. You can select, or otherwise you can select free to use or share even commercially, or otherwise you can select free to use, share or modify, or it's better you can select this the last one, free to use, share or modify even commercially. Okay, so this is like is a most free attribution. So now we are getting that OER material. So you can use this material as it is. Suppose if you want to collect the images, OER images in the Google search engine, the same procedure. This it just you type in the Google, and also you see click this tools, sorry, images, and then click tools. You see usage rights. So in this usage rights, you click this Creative Common license. So this is the OER material license. So CC licenses, Creative Common license, you click this CC license, you can get that OER material. So these are all OER images. So you can use those images for your educational purposes, even for your commercial purposes. Suppose I want to collect the videos from the Google search engine, OER video, go to this YouTube, the same procedure, just you type this photosynthesis, and then you see this filter option. You go to this filter option, just click this button under features. You see this Creative Commons. So click this Creative Common. So you can get this videos OER material. So in this, you just, if you want to recheck, you click this. Just you see license, Creative Common attribution license, reuse allowed. So maximum YouTube videos are all under CC attribution. So you can reuse that material. If you want to edit, you can edit. If you want to use for your commercial purposes, you can use it. Okay, so this is the procedure for collecting that OER material from the Google search engine. First, we can select, we can get that text material or we can get that images, and we can get the videos. So the one more thing, one more site is there, oercommon.org. So it's the oercommon.org. It's like open educational resources. You see, you can log in with your Gmail account, or otherwise you can register. This is the site of this oercommon.org. Just you can search which subject. Sorry, the language is changed. What you are looking for. Suppose if you want to get material for higher education, for UG or PG, even for that primary education, we can get that material. Suppose as a content creator, I have created my own content. I want to upload my content. I want to share my content. Just you can share. You see that add OER. Click this add OER button. Create resource. So we can upload our content in this OER common. So here, so suppose if I want to upload my PPT, so research title OER. So likewise, if you want to select name for this main content, if you want to add something, you can add. Import from, suppose if you have that file from drives and also that C or D drive, you can import and then insert. If you want to insert some new sections, you can insert. Likewise, we can import that our own content. If you want to share your own content, you can import this content in the oercommon.org. Or otherwise, if you want to get that material, it's like a Google only, you can get that material from this OER. These are all the open educational resources. So it's freely available for our educational purposes. Suppose if you want to collect that images, is the that Flickr. So Flickr is site. We can get that material, images from this, and also that one more site, Pixabay. So you can get the images from that this site also, OER images. And one more thing, Google Images, we can get iTunes. If you want to get some audio material, you can use this iTunes. So audios and all we can download. These are all the OER related sites. So whatever you want, you can get all the materials from all these OER sites. So Google also we can get all these things. Sorry. So Flickr, just we have to log in, and by payment method also we can get that some images. Some OER common images are also available in this Flickr. So these are all related this OER. So OER, I will stop this. So OER is in the pre-active stage. Just if you are collecting that material from the internet, first we should ensure that we are collecting this OER, that is a creative licensed material. So after that, collecting that material, we are planning that learning experiences. For that learning experiences, we are using so many that means that is technologies also. So for example, if it's an online course, means for creating this content, what softwares we are going to use? It may be a Captivate or it may be a Flash, like that. What kind of software we are going to use this content preparation, or it's a face-to-face interaction, means what kind of method of teaching we are going to use, or otherwise it's only a demo classroom, or only the explanation, or it's a lecture method. All these things we have to decide during this pre-active stage only. And then third component is third component, learning experience. Fourth component is the evaluation. So in this evaluation, just we are fixing that what kind of procedure or the evaluation procedures we are going to use to test those objectives. So in this stage, the first stage is collecting the material. The next stage means how we are creating that content, e-content, by using those materials. Let's see. So I will explain only one tool today. So how to use some free tools for creating that e-content by using some softwares, free softwares. So one simple software is Screencastify. So I show you by the just go to this site, type this Screencastify. You can download that Screencastify screen recorder. So already I installed this. You see this red color arrow mark is there. This is the icon of the Screencastify recorder. Suppose if you want to record Screencastify, just you click. Before that, I will close this. See now that Screencastify. So just this is the window of this Screencastify. So suppose if you want to record this desktop, you click this desktop option. Just you ensure that microphone is on, webcam is on, desktop, and also click this record. Now we are going to record this screen. So now we are recording. Not recording. Some problem is there. So now we are, the Screencastify is recording our screen. Suppose if you have PPT on your screen means you can use this Screencastify video recorder. We have so many tools in this. Just you see, the mouse we can use. If you want to use this, you can use whatever the things if you want to use. Pen, the color also. So likewise, so many features are also available. Now we stop recording. So it will be automatically saved in your Google Drive. This is a very simple tool which is used for recording your screen. It's a laptop screen or it's a desktop screen. So likewise, n number of tools are available for creating that e-content. So for creating the e-content involves so many steps. So many apps or softwares or we can use for creating that e-content. So just I am explaining what are the freewares, what are the tools we can use for creating our own content. So already we discussed about how to collect that material, OER material. By using those material, how we can create that e-content by using only the freewares. So these are all the freewares only, free softwares only. So by using those softwares also, we can create our own e-content. The first one is Screencastify software. Now we can see that this is the video of the Screencastify, recorded video. You see? If you want to edit, you see that edit option is also there. You can edit these things. So it's only used for recording your screen. Likewise, many tools are available. So we will see in the last class other tools, and also that how we can use that free tools for developing this e-content. Ma'am? Excuse me.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Shall I close, ma'am? Since we have one more session in our department, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So today's session is over, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we continue our session on Friday, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Other tools I will explain on Friday, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Uh,
Thank you, all the participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your nice presentation, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We will be waiting for you on Friday.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Explain all the theories also on Friday, and how we can integrate that instructional theories for our e-content development. So
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So we have
Dear
one.
participants, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, sorry for the inconvenience caused today. We have rectified it. Tomorrow it will be okay. Those who have joined in Meet can join. Otherwise, come in the YouTube link. Thank you. Today, for your convenience, we are posting the feedback link in WhatsApp group also. All of you give your feedback. Thank you, participants. Let us meet tomorrow by 3 p.m. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Surendra Kumari, ma'am. Any doubt, ma'am? I think you have raised your hand, ma'am. Are you there, ma'am? Professors? Any doubt, professors?
If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Ma'am, it seems there is no doubt, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you, dear ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So these are all the basic things related to the e-content only. So next session, we will discuss about what are the basic theories behind this e-content development, and also how we can develop that e-content by using the simple tools. And then tomorrow, Dr. Pathasari sir will explain about that LMS, Learning Management System. So thank you so much.
Thank you, professors. We will meet tomorrow.